So if you're thinking about relocating and you're looking at Southern California as a whole and you're not quite sure which area would be the right one for you, well, in this video, I'm gonna break down all the different areas in Southern California. There's 5 different counties that we're gonna cover in this video, and I'll give you some context and color on each one. So you can either check them off your list or check them on your list as things to zoom in more on. So let's go ahead and dive right into the video. And the first thing I'm gonna talk about, I'm gonna pull up my screen here in a second, but there's 5 different counties. You have Orange County, you have San Diego County, you have Los Angeles County, and then you have Riverside and San Bernardino counties. Those are the major ones for Southern California that we're gonna talk about today. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull up our website, onyxhomes.com. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna search up here on the top left. I'm gonna click the search button. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom in here. I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna show you where we're looking. So down here, you've got the Mexico border, and then here you have the Nevada and Arizona borders. And then really above Southern Orange County, you've got Ventura County, which is like Santa Barbara, Oxnard, Santa Clara, and then you have Bakersfield up above that. But for this video, we're gonna talk about the 5 counties down here. So you have Los Angeles is the northmost that we're gonna talk about. South of Los Angeles, you have Orange County, which is all these highlighted properties here. And then south of Orange County, you have San Diego County, which is massive. San Diego County is like this whole, all the way pretty much to the border. In Mexicali, like this whole kind of area is San Diego County. So you have San Diego City, which is down here, and then you have the county, which is massive. Whereas Orange County doesn't have a city, it's just the county, which is similar to Riverside and San Bernardino. Where is San Bernardino? So San Bernardino County goes all kind of up this way north, right? This whole general area. And Riverside County goes kind of more out this way, north of San Diego, south of San Bernardino. But as far as where the actual homes are at, San Bernardino is kind of like this north part that butts up against LA. And then Riverside is more of this like east-west that then butts up against San Diego once you get farther down. So those are the different counties that we're going to talk about so you can see them on a map. Now, as far as commuting between these, I want to give a little bit more context. So if you were to say live in Los Angeles, it takes about, well, let me explain from Orange County. So if you were to live in Orange County, it takes about an hour to get to LA, maybe 2 hours if you're going farther north. If you're going from Orange County and you want to go to San Diego, you're about an hour to an hour and a half. It obviously depends where you're living in any of these different directions. But if I wanted to go from where I live here in Mission Viejo to the city of San Diego, I could pretty much say it's going to be an hour without traffic and maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours with traffic. And if I live in San Diego and I want to get to Riverside, you're probably a 2-hour drive through the 15. If I want to go to Orange County and get to Palm Springs, Palm Desert area, I'm about an hour and a half drive there, right? So just to kind of paint the picture. And if I'm in Orange County, I want to get to Riverside, just because it's so big, depending on where you're at, you're anywhere from like 35, 45 minutes to like an hour and a half. Temecula from Orange County is about an hour and a half drive as well too. So yeah, Riverside's about an hour. And San Bernardino County is probably more like an hour, hour and a half as well. So it really kind of depends where you're at. I hope that kind of paints a little bit better picture as far as the different locations. Now, lifestyles are going to dramatically change in the different areas that you're living. Orange County is going to have more of a affluent market than you would see in any, and then Riverside or San Bernardino County. LA is going to, depending on where you're at in LA, if you're towards the city, you're in all the areas that we know very well, like for example Bel Air. If you're in, Hollywood, Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, you're going to be in a much more affluent area. Obviously, there's areas that aren't quite as affluent, like Compton, some of these areas. Inglewood is another one, for example. You're going to be way more. There's a bigger range in LA than you're going to see in Orange County. Orange County, generally speaking, the range is almost all more affluent. You have a lot more similar cities than you would in any of these other places. You might have 1 or 2 cities inside of Orange County that would fall on the maybe not so affluent area, or as far as maybe safety and stuff like that. The Riverside and San Bernardino County, honestly, are very, very similar. I actually clump these in when I'm talking with a client. I actually clump in this whole area as the Inland Empire, and a lot of people do as well. There's just really not a whole lot of difference between San Bernardino County and Riverside counties. So I'm going to clump those in for the rest of the conversation as far as Inland Empire. Now, what you're going to get in the Inland Empire is you're going to get way more affordable. You're going to get, generally speaking, way more land. We're going to get way more for your money, for sure. Way more affordable. You're going to have a warmer climate, which is definitely something to consider. Not majorly different, but like it's going to be 10 to 15 degrees warmer, generally speaking, in the Inland Empire than it would be in like Orange County or coastal San Diego or LA. So way more affordable, you get way more for your money. There's way more new construction. They're building like forever out there. They're building like an unlimited amount of homes. You have more opportunities for more land. So like if you're looking for larger properties, if you're looking for acreage, if you're looking for land, that is all very prevalent out in the Inland Empire area. Now, if you're looking for more safe suburb, a little bit more relaxed in a city, but not quite slow, your Orange County is going to be kind of right in that sweet spot, and you're going to have a lot of different options as far as where you're at. But if you're looking for safe with good schools, most people that are looking for affluent, safe, good schools, clean, newer construction, but not brand new, Orange County's, that's what most people in Orange County are looking for. Now, LA, honestly, it totally just depends where you're looking. You're going to have a mix of like everything that we just said. Obviously, you have some of the most incredible properties in the world in Los Angeles and Beverly Hills and Hollywood and all these different areas. Santa Monica, you've got Malibu, you can go up to Thousand Oaks. And then you're going to have areas that aren't as desirable. So that it's really going to depend what you're looking for. Now, I will say, LA is going to be incredibly congested. If you're looking for a city feel, your two options are Los Angeles, the city specifically, or San Diego, the city specifically, if you want a real city feel. The Inland Empire and Orange County do not have city feels really at all. If you want beachy feel, you're going to have that in Orange County, LA, and San Diego. Obviously not in the Inland Empire either. But generally speaking, Los Angeles is going to be a much more congested lifestyle than any of the other options other than the city of San Diego. Once you get out of the city of San Diego, like this general region, once you get out to like El Cajon, Poway, Encinitas, La Mesa, these aren't nearly as congested as the city is. Obviously, anytime you're near a city, you're gonna have way more congestion. And the lifestyle in San Diego is way different than LA. LA is much more, like say, artsy. It's more, the way that I would explain San Diego is way more like beach oriented, kind of like beach bummy feel oriented, rather than LA is more prime and polished, versus San Diego is more of low-key, relaxed surfer type feel, if that makes sense at all. And that's kind of a very general overview of what you might expect from the different areas. Now, let's go ahead and talk about cost of living. So of these different areas that we just talked about, obviously the very specific area you're looking at is going to be the most important. Having said that, Orange County is going to be probably the most overall expensive if you looked at the whole county. And the major reason for that is there's no really affordable in Orange County. In LA, you're going to have some very affordable areas because they're less desirable. In the Inland Empire, you're going to have tons of really affordable areas because it's more affordable to begin with. And there's so much just land to be built that you have a lot of places that are just frankly so far out of the way that they're incredibly affordable. And same thing with San Diego as well too. You're going to have really, really high end, close to the water, close to the city. And then you're going to, the farther out you go east, you're going to have way more affordable stuff. So Orange County is going to be way more expensive if you just look at the median prices. But if you're looking in Orange County, you're not going to be looking in the really cheap stuff in Inland Empire or San Diego or even LA, right? So it's like, if you're looking in Orange County, you're probably also looking in like Santa Monica, Beverly Hills, Bel Air, probably places like that. Or you're looking at the San Diego, you're looking closer to the water, maybe Carlsbad, Encinitas. So your cost of living is so far over the board. It's really, honestly, it's way too broad. A lot of people look at Southern California and think, okay, LA and San Diego, and that's like, it's all the same. And it's like, it's not, it's so different. Let me move on to climate, just because cost of living is really hard to talk about when we're this broad. You're gonna have incredible weather all the way from LA, OC, and San Diego, just going from north to south. All of them have incredible weather. Having said that, LA is massive, And the farther east you go, the worse the weather's going to get, right? You're going to get 10, 15 degrees hotter. In like San Bernardino, Riverside, you're going to have much hotter hots. And whereas in Orange County, generally speaking, like the average temperature is 72. In San Diego, the average temperature is 72, right? Like you have perfect weather in the three, Orange County, LA, San Diego, and it's just a little bit warmer, and you don't get the beach, you get the ocean breeze, obviously, in Riverside or the Inland Empire. As far as wildfires, this is something that's very top of mind. Obviously, we've just had the horrible fires in Los Angeles, and I've lived here my entire life. Here's my take on it, and I don't mean this in like a callous way towards the fires. I'm trying to make this more general, because not to like make that a huge topic. It's horrible what happened. But I've lived here my entire life, and up until the last 5 years, especially being in the real estate industry now, until the last 5 years, like I didn't remotely think about fires at all. I've never been concerned about fires living in this area. So it's a little interesting to me is like why all of a sudden are we having all of these fires? Like, did we have fires when I was younger? And I'm only 31, granted. So like, but like, I don't remember fires at all growing up, and I've lived here my entire life. So that part's interesting to me in the sense of like, I've lived here my whole life and I don't have any level of concern about it up until the last 2 years, maybe 5 years. I started hearing about more fires. I do also live in Orange County, and we, like, for example, this last year, we had, let me pull up the map. We had I think they called them the airport fires, where there were fires up on like this area, this general area. And I live like right on this lake right now. And I could see that from my house. Like that was scary. Like this peak was on fire. That part was scary. So here's the major concern is depending on where you live. If you live out in the sticks, yes, it's a concern. The biggest pain point we've seen from I'm narrowing this now into like as a real estate professional, it's really just been like insurance is more of a pain to keep, and it's more expensive. So other than insurance, and if you're in a high, like a red fire area, that would be concerning, but it's really just insurance is more expensive and it's more of a pain in the butt to get. Earthquakes is the thing we hear about a lot. Again, I've lived here my entire life. And like when we hear an earthquake or feel an earthquake, very rare, maybe once a year, I'll actually feel an earthquake. And I mean, in my entire lifetime, I've never had anything meaningful whatsoever. So like, that's not even a remote concern versus if you were looking in like Florida and you're going to have a hurricane every year that's going to destroy all kinds of stuff. We just don't have that in California, thank God. Earthquakes are like me shaking my desk with my hands right now is about as violent as our earthquakes get that I've experienced in my life. So that's not a concern at all. So really those are the kind of the three major things that most clients ask about when they're moving. Okay, now let's talk about lifestyle. Outdoor lifestyle, this is one of the things that's probably the most unique, is in Southern California, you've got mountains for snowboarding, you've got beaches for surfing, you've got hikes in some of the most unbelievable views anywhere, and you've got all the obvious stuff, right? All the sports activities. There's lots of good golf. There's all that good stuff. So I'm not going to go too crazy in depth with that, but it's very unique to have the ability to surf in the evening when you snowboarded in the morning. Like there's just not very many places that you can do that. And there's not very many places that have the weather that we have here that allows for that. You could be in the beach all year long. You go to the beach in December and you're not freezing. You can go in the water and it's not crazy freezing, right? So like that type of outdoor lifestyle is super, super popular. Now, on another note, diversity is a huge point to Southern California lifestyle. Southern California is a melting pot of diversity. There's all kinds of different cultures. There's all kinds of different people. There's different lifestyles. There is like everything. And you're gonna have that in every different area that you go and look as well too. Specifically in Los Angeles, Orange County, San Diego County are super, super, super diverse. I would have to do a little bit of research to see how diverse the Inland Empire is in comparison. Having said that, still very, very diverse overall, that's for sure. Especially for, the food, the cuisines, all the different, very diverse. Laid back lifestyle, this is gonna really, frankly, depend where you live. We're going way too broad to talk too much about this, but I will say, overall, Southern California has a more laid-back lifestyle for most people that are relocating and moving here. Again, if you're moving from a city, yeah, for sure. Unless you move to LA or like right downtown San Diego. If you're moving anywhere on the outskirts of the city, or if you move to Orange County, Inland Empire, way slower overall lifestyle. Now, having said this, the two that are compared the most of everything we've talked about today are Orange County and Los Angeles. Almost every single client we talk to that's relocating out of the area is considering Orange County, Los Angeles in the very beginning, and then choose from there. So if you found this video helpful and you want our help to walk you through your unique situation, you can go to allaboutoc.com, drop your information, we'd be happy to help. But if you are in that boat of comparing Orange County and LA, I made this other video for you as well too. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.